Good afternoon, everyone. It is a beautiful day. As usual, before we start the topic of the day, I will give a couple of seconds to allow most of our attendees to come in before we take off. It is a Thursday, tomorrow is weekend. Hope each and every one of us are planning to have a nice weekend. Yeah, I can see a couple of familiar names on my attendees list. You guys are welcome once again. I'm sure this section will be great because today we have a great speaker. Okay, I think I will just continue because I have quite a number of the participants on board. Good afternoon once again and welcome. For those of you guys that are joining us for the first time, my name is Gagba Shukunuche Yahaya, and I'm the training coordinator with the Temple Small Business and Development Center. At the Temple Small Business and Development Center helps small businesses start and grow. We offer free one-on-one consulting and a variety of low to no-cost webinars. We are proud to be part of the nationally accredited network of the Small Business and Development Center, which has over 1,000 networks across the United States. You are here this afternoon on a webinar on using Facebook and Instagram business suits. A copy of the PowerPoint and the link to the recording will be sent to all the attendees. However, being a webinar, all the attendees have been muted. We always encourage you to drop your questions in the Q&A or the chat box, and all your questions will be attended to at the end of the presentation. Without further ado, please allow me to welcome our great speaker, even as he takes over the floor for the presentation. Mr. David, once again, you're welcome.
Thank you so much, Garba. Truly appreciate you. Thank you so much for having me. Big shout out to Temple SBDC and all of you coming to learn some things regarding Facebook and Instagram marketing and overall business practices for social media marketing. So I want to make sure everybody can hear me okay. You can just, Garba, you can give me a thumbs up. I know we tested, but I just want to make sure you can put in the chat. I think I can see your chat. If my audio sounds good, everything sounds good. It's going to be, even though you all are muted, this is still going to be somewhat interactive, where I'll be asking for different information from you all. So well, yes, please feel free to put information as we talk about different things in the chat box. So I would like to know, starting out, great, Dr. Ella, thank you. I would like to know, starting out, who we have in this virtual room today. So if you could, yes, questions will be, in the chat as Garba mentioned. But if you have, what I would like to know, three things from you. One, what you're looking to learn. Next, let me start off with easier than that. One, what your business is, what type of business you have. Two, where you're located, what part of Philadelphia or Jersey or Delaware, wherever you're located. And three, what you're looking to learn today. So those three things. Let's start with those three things. Your business, and again, you don't know who's in this virtual room. There might be some connections that could be made. So you want to definitely put your information in, because for the benefit of someone else, there might be something that you provide that they need. So one, what your business is. Two, where you're located or your location. And three, what you're looking to learn from this session today on Facebook and Business Suite. So we'll give you guys a second to get your answers in as I sip my tea. So pardon in advance, my throat is a little bit coarse and a little rusty here. So hopefully it won't be too distracting. Awesome. So Becky, Thrive HR Management, HR support for small businesses, State College, PA. I want to learn the back end of Facebook to use it for my business. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Becky. Really appreciate that. Judith, homeopathic and whole food plant-based diet consultant. Oh, that's awesome. I'm just now getting into this world myself, learning about plant-based diets. West Norriton, PA, how to use Facebook and Instagram to promote my business. Superb. Richard from Terra Systems, we develop and manufacture environmental remediation products. Our headquarters is Westchester, PA, longtime digital marketing expertise on LinkedIn, but a novice on Facebook and Instagram. Superb. Great, great. Again, I really appreciate you all putting this information in the chat. It's going to be helpful, again, for others as well. Barbara Silverstream from Bloomsburg, PA. Businesses Pinterest, virtual and assistant marketing. Ooh, strategist. I love that. Pinterest is one of those networks people don't realize its power. So that's great that you're focused on that. Looking to learn how to gain more presence for my business on Facebook and Instagram. Superb. I have this is Lindsay. I have a product based, I'll read a few more and then we'll get started here. I have a product based, because there's a few people still coming in as well. I have a product based in New York City, looking to learn how to efficiently use Facebook and IG for marketing. Love it. Tracy Berry, owner of All Things Philly, an online boutique offering custom Philly-centric branded apparel. Here to learn as much as I can regarding the Facebook and business suite. Superb. Dr. Ella Macklin, education consultant in Pittsburgh, PA. I would like to learn the basics of using Facebook and Instagram to market my business. Nice. Angie, events management and consultant. I want to use these platforms to promote my business. Okay, I'm gonna read again a few more and then I'm gonna go ahead and get started. All right, so we have, okay, Angie, Shannon, Needy, Ladybug Vegan Cheese, making me hungry. It's lunchtime and I'm hungry now because they Shannon, now I'm hungry. And Meats in Philly, looking to maximize Facebook and Instagram marketing. Barb Miller, no biz yet, creating a podcast for a hobby, looking at real estate investing and SEO analytics in SE Chester County, Southeast Chester County, looking to learn how to get a great start when I get to that point. Love it. Cosette Lee, Cosette Lee on Notes for Music LLC. I want to learn how to use Facebook to promote my business. Rhoda, I know Rhoda, Dr. Rhoda. Rhoda Moise, a research scientist and yoga teacher located in Philadelphia. I provide consulting, speaking, training services to help people improve their health and well-being, looking to learn marketing skills and social media. RhodaMoise.com. Check her out. She's awesome. Jim, multiple e-commerce ranging from print on demand to private label, better understand Facebook for business. All right, I'm gonna do two more and then I'm gonna stop, and then the rest of you can just look through the rest of the people that we have here. Quite an amazing group of people, amazing group of businesses. So we have Heather. Heather is an independent author located in PA, looking to learn more Facebook and Instagram marketing to expand her readership. Superb. Rebecca Patton, handmade soap and farm business, wedding barn and catering, Jefferson Co, PA. I hope to learn as much as I can to reach all of my potential customers online. All right, this will be the last one here that I read. Robert Burns. I don't want to mess it up, but hopefully I'm right. Custom point of purchase displays, looking to learn Instagram for business in a B2B way. We are based in Philadelphia. Well, superb. Thank you all again for sharing. It's amazing, amazing businesses here. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And this will be interactive. Just want to let you know that we'll be doing some cool stuff where you can see what's going on the screen, and we'll be doing some work together. We'll be doing some work together, so you can get your laptops, your information out as you. If you have your laptops, your phones, actually laptop will be best. Some of the things I'll be going over will be, interactive, so you can really use them that way. All right, So let's get started. A little bit about myself. Garba already introduced me, went into a little detail about me. I'm just going to share a little bit about myself for those who are not familiar with me. Probably a lot of you I've never had a chance to interact with. I'm pretty good with remembering names and people, so I don't recognize a lot of the names. So great, I'm great to make some new friends here today. So I'm a social media enthusiast, 12 years of experience in the space. I'm a contributor for I contributed for, I don't contribute anymore, for Sociable.com, Social Media Today, and Huffington Post, where I wrote articles predominantly around digital marketing and business, strategized for business owners, churches, nonprofits, and Fortune 500 companies. I founded a company called Kingdom Business Solutions, which specialized in online presence, websites, and social media and SEO. That was our core focus was SEO. So that's the genesis of where I got into the digital marketing world. And then I created Kingdom Social Media, which helps train business leaders and organizations on how to leverage and maximize social media. We do that through training, consulting, coaching, and courses. So we actually do the work, or we consult, or we coach as well. So I am an author, a best-selling author. I'm also an adjunct professor at Temple University. When I'm not working on my agency, Kingdom Social Media, I am somehow, some format teaching. So that's why I'm enjoying going to be sharing some things with you all today. Okay, so again, I just highlight these press. This is not for my benefit, it's for yours. So you know that you're talking to someone that knows this space and not fly by night. This is something I do. You see some awards, things we've been featured, recognized in. Was featured and recognized top 30 under 30. I am no longer under the 30 club anymore. At one point I was. Social Media Today, Hootsuite, Yahoo, Entrepreneur, Dell, recently got featured in Forbes. I don't have that clip right now. Was featured in Fun Times magazine, local magazine here in Philadelphia, under 30 again. Some of the clients we've been able to work with, Delator McNeil, top left, one of the top motivational speakers in the world, top 40 to be exact. Dana Falk, a celebrity chef. Wendy Y. Bailey, a sales coach in Atlanta. During the walk, former VP at Prudential, former basketball player, John Simons, for any Sixers, Kings, basketball fans may have recognized him. Mark Blunt, former Celtic, Boston Celtics. Daniel Alley, the millionaire mentor, speaker. Scott Patinga, serial investor. Becky Davis, top coach out of Atlanta, women business coach. Otis Amy, former 49er. We also work with a lot of different organizations here in Philadelphia and on a state level, city level, and federal level. So Public Health Management Corporation on the table Philly. We've worked with banks. We work with Community College of Philadelphia, U.S. Ghana Chamber of Commerce, Department of Defense, Power Up Your Business, so on. The list goes on and on and on and on. I say all that to say, if the information that I share with these organizations, these clients and institutions is valid for them, then you know I'm going to make sure I bring something great for you guys that is of value. I always start with a little bit about my story. The first part of my story is that I grew up in a very strict household. My parents are from Ghana, West Africa. We were given 4 options: lawyer, doctor, engineer, accountant. I can follow my dreams as long as I did that. And I was on track to become the engineer. My younger brother was on track to become the doctor. And I went to school and I wasn't doing so well. In my first year I was fine. The second year I wasn't doing so well. And I really just didn't have any passion around engineering. And I realized, you know what, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. It's my mom's dream from literally from infancy to my teenage years. But I decided to, tell my mom, no, I'm sorry. I'm not going to go after this dream that you have for me. And I literally wrote her a 7-page letter explaining why I'm going to go into this thing called digital media. And at the time, digital media, this is around 2005, 2006, Facebook just came out. I was using it for fun, had no idea. And MySpace, I was using MySpace. I'm sure some of you remember the MySpace days. I was using those tools for fun. I had no idea this would be an industry. And I would just help friends of mine that had brands in college build their brands. And then all of a sudden, opportunities came. I moved all the way across the country from California to work for a company called TerraCycle in New Jersey. They're the world's leader in upcycling and recycling of traditionally non-recyclable items. So they work with companies like Frito-Lay, Kraft, Huggies, all these big Fortune 500 companies. And I got to learn how to run digital marketing ad campaigns and digital marketing campaigns as a whole. And I was running pretty much during the time, it was kind of like new. Nobody knew what they were doing. So I was just studying and getting a hold of everything I could. So that's where this stems from. I have a passion for this space. And then I eventually left corporate America to start Kingdom Social Media to help more business owners like yourselves. So again, I share that story just to relate. Some of you maybe are in a transition phase. Some of you maybe you're already business full time. Here's some of the things that you're going to leave with today. You're going to learn what the Facebook Business Suite is, right? Some of you probably like, what is that? I didn't even know such a thing. You're going to learn the features of the tool and how it can save you time. You're going to learn the difference between the Business Suite and the Business Manager. There's a couple of things that have been around. Facebook is notorious for changing things. You'll also learn the difference between Business Suite and Creator Suite. Some of you probably heard of that too. You will learn how to manage performance with your dashboard. You will learn strategies to improve your audience engagement. And a bonus, if we have enough time, you will learn how you can run ads through the tool. I'm going to share some cool things about, so I'm big into advertising. So, but before we can deal with digital, we must deal with one thing. Anybody want to take a guess what that is? Type in the chat box. I want this to be as interactive as possible, even though I know I can't see your beautiful faces. I don't get to see a lot of things, but I still want this to be as interactive as possible. So do me a favor, take a guess, type in the chat box. Before we can deal with digital, what do you think we have to deal with before we deal with digital? Type in the chat box. And if those who've heard me speak, I see Nathan in here. Hey, what's going on, Bob? I see Bob Casey from Mobile High Five. Hey, what's going on? Knowing your customer, Robert says. That's a good one. First, know why your product is valuable or service is valuable. That's a good one too, Richard. I like that. Anybody else? I'll take a few. Brand identity, knowing customer and your brand. You all are a sharp group, Roz and Heather. Excellent answers. But it's not actually what I'm looking for. It's one step before all of that. And you guys took a guess, but here's the answer. It's your mindset. Your mindset. So before I touch any topic, I don't care if I'm teaching about personal branding or Facebook ads. There's a piece that comes before anything, and it's the mindset. And I believe this is so important because if you look at anything, and please don't get mad at me, I think I saw The Matrix for the first time a couple years ago. So I'm still fascinated. I know that was popular back in 1999 and probably earlier than that. But in The Matrix, Keanu Reeves as Neo, whenever he learned something like learn how to ride bikes, they would install software into the back of his head. I equate that to what we need in anything we do. We have to install the right mindset before we can actually execute. So then when they installed the software for the riding bikes, he was able to ride bikes well. They installed the software for Taekwondo. He was able to do Taekwondo really well. So when we install the right mindsets for digital marketing and learning all this stuff, then we're going to do it and execute it well. Okay. So with that said, the mindset number one is consistency. Consistency is the mindset. Sorry, the typo there. Consistency is the mindset. There's no tool. Consistency is a mindset. There's no tool for that. Consistency is a mindset. There's no tool for that. So what I'm saying is what we learn today, what we do today, more importantly, is for you and I to be consistent. That is the key. Be consistent in what we do. You can have tools that can help you with automation and doing certain things, but consistency is going to require, that's going to be required of you. Mindset number two, the best resource is resourcefulness. One of my good friends says, the concept, equates this concept to eating what's in your fridge. Eating what's in your fridge means you look at, sometimes you made dinner or you want to go out and eat, but you have some food in your fridge that you can eat, but you decide, hey, I'll go buy something. I'll go buy some sandwiches or something like that. And the truth is there's leftover lasagna or macaroni and cheese, whatever you like, left in the fridge that you're just not tapping into. So really the success in your business and in your marketing is tapping into the resources that you already have and being resourceful like you all are doing today by tapping into your local Temple SBDC, the tapping into your local networks and resources that are available to you. That's how you really maximize it. Third is practice mastery versus overwhelm. Mastery versus overwhelm. There's so many tools, there's so many things, there's so much, but here's what I say. Well, I didn't say this. Bruce Lee said this. He said, I fear not the one who has practiced 10,000 different kicks. I fear the one who's practiced one kick 10,000 times. So you become really good at whatever you're going to do by mastery. And so don't allow overwhelm to get in your head as you learn some of these things today. Just focus on the first thing you can get to, and then we get to the next thing and then the next thing. So here's what I want to highlight. So Facebook and Instagram Business Suite, or technically called Facebook Business Suite, right, is a tool that Facebook introduced, I think it was around 2020, October 2020, to put in place a system to make it easy for businesses to manage all of their platforms and their dashboards. They just wanted to simplify things. That was the goal of the platform. So I want to let you know in advance. What we're going to do is I'm going to share a slide, and then we'll stop sharing a slide, and we'll go into the platform. I'm going to literally pull up my screen, and we're going to actually implement and do some things and play around with the dashboard. Okay. But you should know that Business Suite was designed to kind of like just be the catch-all, the all-in-one system for your scheduling, for your management, for all the resources that are available. So where do you find this tool? You go to business.facebook.com and it will take you to that tool. And one thing you should note is that there's a desktop version. There's also a Google Play Store version in your app store. And there's also an app inside of Facebook. I mean, inside of for Apple. So I don't know if you can see my screen. Business Suite is on here too. So you can run and manage this whole entire process in a couple of different places. So again, there are various levels of understanding when it comes to this stuff. So I am going to start basic, and I may introduce some advanced elements. So I want everybody to feel comfortable. So again, we're going through some of the basic pieces. Some of you may already know some of these things, but again, that's my goal, to just go through it all. There are 7 core features of this tool that you should know and be familiar with, which is what we're going to do today. And I'm going to go into each and every area of those tools, and we're going to play around with each of those areas of these tools. Okay. So the first is your home screen. Your home screen is where you're going to see everything. So let me stop sharing my slides, and I'm going to go ahead and show you my my actual dashboard here. Okay. So inside here, you can see I have it at the top, business.facebook.com. And if you want to follow along, you're welcome to. I'm going to put that in the chat as well. Okay. And then we are able to go through all this stuff together. Okay. So inside your dashboard, you'll have your cover photo and all of those kind of cool things. And again, it's meant to allow you to put all the different pieces in place so that you can further manage everything efficiently. So if you look under here, so I run an agency, so I have multiple channels, multiple client things in here, a lot of different pages, as you can see. So, but you'll be able to put your pages in here. You can sign in through you just log in through Facebook, and then you can type in business.facebook, and then if you haven't created it, it'll start to ask you to decide what page you want in here, and then it will also, if you want to connect I have a business Instagram and a business Facebook, and I connect them both in here. So it will give you an option if you want to use the Instagram feature, you'll be able to, it won't show up for me because I have it already, I'm already connected. But as you start to use this, it will show you that. So your dashboard will be whatever you have as your cover photo will be here. It will show you a couple of options for creating ads, creating stories, Facebook and Instagram stories, which are those snippets that disappear after 24 hours. I think the length is 7 seconds. That shows up in your story, so that some people can see what you're doing throughout your day. Creating your posts. This is where you can schedule your posts. So this can actually replace, if you have business pages, all your business pages can be managed through this business suite. If you have Creator Studio, which I'll go over in a moment, this can be replace that. If you have Business Manager, which I'll go over that in a moment, this will replace that as well. So the home screen shows, excuse me, home screen shows a breakdown of all the things you have available. Your to-do list, your goals, earning money for paid events. It tells you, reminds you that you can do this from an app. It shows you your recent posts, your recent stories. So you can create stories from here. I mean, the homepage kind of allows you to go through and touch every single aspect of the tool, okay? It gives you some things that are new coming up, the latest releases. You can add multiple photos and videos in your stories. You can they have another way to make it convenient. So all your updates here will come here. Post reactions, your audience growth, you can have here. You can also even send out invites to people to connect to your page. You can invite people to join your page from here as well. So one of the things I did when I was first, building up my Facebook page is invite your friends. People don't take advantage of this. So this is all in one place now. So you can just literally invite all up to, okay, you get to select up to 100 on here, and then you can do that. I'm not gonna do that right now, but I want you to see what you're able to do. It also shows you other things, other places, maybe things that you can gain inspiration from, other businesses, people that are doing some cool things. You can see what their stories are about. You can also share posts that from other people. So it gives you an incentive to share other people's content. So you can do a whole lot just from this home page. You can do that. You can also see more of your ads and everything like that. I'll explain this because I do run ads on in this. There's 2 ad platforms. We'll talk about that in a moment. And you can schedule your posts from here too. So let me show you that too. I'll show you this more in depth later, but I just want you to see what you have available from the dashboard of the homepage. So, I mean, technically, having this enables you to not have to log into all the other platforms. You don't have to log into Facebook, you don't have to log into Instagram. You literally can manage your entire dashboard from here, right? And it just makes it really efficient and really simple, okay? So again, if you got questions, please definitely save those questions, send them to Garba through the Q&A option there, and then we're gonna go into those towards the end. Okay, we'll just compile all the questions you may have. All right, so that's the home page. Let me get back to the next feature. So the next feature, I'll just kind of go to the next slide here, and then so that way I don't have to keep maximizing and minimizing. The next, and also I did this for you all. You're going to get the slides of everything that we go over. So if you want more in-depth things about notifications or the home screen, I left some notes here for you. Okay, so this kind of breaks down what's going to be there. You're going to get some notes on all the different features and inbox and all that stuff. So now we're going to go over inboxes. Core feature number 2 is inboxes. Okay, so let's take a look at, actually I skipped one. Let's go to notifications and then let's go to inboxes. So notifications first, it's pretty self-explanatory. You'll see updates from people. They like a photo or connect with something that you've done. You get to see all of those things there. Pretty self-explanatory, similar to what you see on your personal Facebook profile. So these are where people people. So I will get to questions towards the end, but I'll tackle this one right now. Arthur, am I correct in assuming that you cannot control your personal Facebook through the business manager? That is correct. You don't you can't control the personal Facebook will be separate from this. So that will not be inside of here. It's a good question. So all your notifications regarding your pages. So notice all these notifications are not notifications for my personal, they're for my business page, right? So for example, if I look here, just pulling it up here, just as an example, I can see what's in my feed, and we'll get to that section. I'm kind of jumping ahead, but this is where somebody put some notifications. I was talking, giving a speech somewhere, and that notification I can see in here, right, from my Instagram. It is located there. Okay, so let me go through the next step. So inboxing is cool. There's a couple of reasons why the inboxing is cool. And we're going to spend a few moments here because there's a lot that you can do within this platform. So inboxing allows us to check all our messages for both Facebook and Instagram. So you notice there's Instagram Direct, Facebook comments, Instagram comments, all of those things. All of that is located in here. So I can see what's going on. You can see I got some messages I'm going to respond to. Things of that nature are all located here. So all my messages, people that are sending things, promotional things are located. So all messages is Facebook and Instagram. Messenger is purely Facebook. So there's a comment here. Look, so for example, I can handle, this is the equivalent of somebody. So what's convenient is that I don't have to log into my page, go handle that. This is very convenient. So I can tell this gentleman, right? As an example, just showing you how simple it is. Okay, kind words, send, right? So I am able to communicate for my business page through here, okay? Then the Instagram Direct, again, is just Instagram isolated. Nothing else is in here. So I can respond to questions or people or things that people are saying. I can see reactions that people may have to a video that I put, okay, some reaction to a podcast episode. I can see all of those things here, okay? All of that information is available for you in one place. Okay. The next one is Facebook comments. So this is important for me, especially because when we have different things going on, I don't have you don't have time. It's especially as you're running a business, you don't have time to handle all of these things. Log into here, log out, log into here, or go to this app and then go to that app. It's convenient. So one of the most beneficial things I think Facebook did with this whole program is they thought about the business owner and they thought about their time, the lack of time they have, and having this all convenient in one place. And we're going to talk about the pluses, and I'm going to be very upfront and honest with you about some of the pluses, some of the positives about it, and there's also some negatives about the platform as well. So I will talk about that as well. So for example, so this is an actual comment. I think this is from today. I'm going to respond right in the moment, right? I want to show you how simple it is. Right, there we go. And then I might put something like an emoji. You can even, it looks like you're on mobile. Because, for example, with Instagram, your most popular things are emojis. That's the thing that you want to make sure you have. You want to mirror the experience of what the language is on Instagram. So that's why I put an emoji in here as well. Okay, so Instagram comments So let me actually go take a step back. Let me show you something else too. So if you run ads like I do as well, let me show you. Let me scroll down here. I want to show you something. Here we go. This was from an ad campaign we're running. So not only do I have my ads going, I have my ads going, right? So here's an ad campaign I have, right? Talking about some different things that I'm doing. And then right here, this person says, hey, that's good retargeting, right? So that retargeting, which we'll talk about in a second. I think I responded. Okay, I don't know if I did respond. Okay, so this is me responding to an ad. Okay, I can respond to an ad. Okay, I did respond. That's me. I just realized that I sent a little emoji there. But my point is, I can respond to all my comments on ads. Sometimes business owners don't know where their ad comments are. Like, how do I respond to the comments from my ads? All of that will show up in one place here, right? So you get all of that available to you. Same thing. If you have ads on and your ads are on Instagram, all of those comments, you can respond to them here. All the same features that I have within the platform are available right here. So I highly recommend you tap into this resource. It's available to you, and the beautiful part is that it's free. Okay, very good. So now I'm gonna take it up another level. I told you I'm gonna go through some basics, and I'm also gonna go through something more advanced here. So this is where we're gonna go into something more advanced. I'm gonna cover a feature that you have available. If you'd like to see how this feature looks, I'm gonna put it in the chat box as well. And you can access this so you can see real time what this looks like, okay? So, oops, wrong link, ignore that link. This is the right link. Okay, there you go. You gotta copy it with the www dot on it, right? Exactly how you see it, okay? There's a feature, and I'm gonna first go over that. There's a feature called the chat plugin. So the chat plugin is available for you and I to basically, go through and add a chat to a website. So this is a way to grow customer satisfaction, increase sales, build lasting connections, and do a host of other things. So what's cool is you can set yours up. I already have mine set, but if you want to set this up, you literally go to setup. I'm literally going to show you how to do this. Okay. You can next pick your language. I have, and then you can get the conversation started. You can just give me some more tools. Okay. It's done. Okay. So I'm going to go English, right? I'm going to hit save and continue. I have my domain already in there, but you put your domain name. So this is the simple steps you can go through to do this. Then you're going to copy code. You don't need to be a code developer. It's a very simple piece of code. I don't know what, there's probably a various amount of websites that are represented here. If you have somebody that can help you, if you have WordPress, Shopify, Wix, whatever you have, Squarespace, you can just email the instructions to yourself or your designer or somebody that you know that can do it for you. So you can send it, and it's just going to show you what you need to do. It's going to give the step-by-step breakdown. Okay. So this is how you install it and put it on there. Then you're going to go next after you copy the code and you click finish. And then once you've installed it, you're going to need to give it about, I'd say give it about 5 to 10 minutes and then refresh and then check your site to see if it's installed correctly. Okay. So I'm going to show you how this looks. Right. So let's go ahead and take a look at how this looks exactly. So okay, so this is on my site. By the way, this is a free resource that I have. It's a gift from me to you. It's called the Social Media 10-Step Free Social Media Plan. It's free, completely free. If you're interested, you can just put your name and email there, you can download, and it'll instantly send to your inbox. Okay, this is my gift to you, business owners, because I know a lot of people don't have a plan for their social media, so it just helps you to map it out, put your plan together. All right, so if I am okay, I'm gonna operate as I shouldn't talk to myself, but I'm going to do that. So so this is pop-up on here, okay? I think it's gonna mess things up a little bit because I'm essentially talking to myself through to myself, okay? But I want to show you how this works. So if I'm logged in, okay, I can send a message. So somebody can say, "Hey David, cool guide." Okay, so that's there. Okay, now let's take another step back and come back inside here. Okay, let's see if it, again, I don't know what's going to appear with all this, me messaging to myself. We'll see how that works. There we go. Boom. You see it? So I can handle customer service even for my website through here. Remember that message I sent? I said, "Hey, David, cool guy." So when that person sends, and look what it does. If that person's on Facebook and it has there some detail, it's going to give me some detail on that person too. I can add a label. So new customer, important, all the labels. I mean, this gets a little more advanced here, but I want you to see what you have the capability of putting in. You can also utilize some automated responses as well, right? So I'll briefly cover that. If you want to do automated responses, because maybe you can't get to people right away. So I have something on that goes on. Thanks for messaging us, David. I use the personal name. There's a feature in there. Thanks for messaging us, first name. We try to be as responsive as possible. We'll get back to you soon. So you can choose where those instant replies go. You can have an away message. This is definitely great for those who have storefronts, but I mean, it's great for any business, but you can have frequently asked questions. If you decide to use this, comments to messages, comment to message, right? So this is, providing keywords. If they have a certain hashtag, you can say use the hashtag. And I'm trying not to go too advanced here, but I'm just saying these are some of the capabilities you can explore. Contact information, all this stuff, location. You can put in there hours, job applications if you're doing that. Very cool stuff that you have available to you. So again, inbox is one of my favorite features on this this tool through the dashboard, through the business suite, and they've made it simple for anyone to add to their site. Okay, so I'm sure there'll be some questions about that towards the end, and if you have questions, we'll get to those. All right. So let's get back to the presentation. I got a few other features to show you. I only think we've covered 2, and we got plenty more. Okay, so the next feature, I know I'm kind of doing this in a different way because I don't have my 2 monitors. Normally I have 2 monitors. I'm using one right now. Okay, the next feature is post and stories. Okay, posting and stories. So this is going to allow you, and I've included, again, down here at the bottom, when you get these slides, you'll get the exact step-by-step, what you need to do to hit the create post button, do this, do that, do this, hit publish. All the steps for what you need to do will be located in these slides for what you need to do, right? So let's go ahead and go to the post and stories. So the post and stories icon here on the left, click that. Okay. So I kind of got into this earlier, but now I'm going to show you how it all works. So if I want to create a post, all I need to do is hit that button there. So I hit a button there, and I can say, hey, I want to post to Kingdom social media, Facebook and Instagram. I will be honest, this is what I do. I do make sure, but I do think through my content, and I do have content that can go for both networks. But at the same time, you want to be cognizant that there are certain things. So let me explain. I do post content through for my business profile, but I use some other things to post it directly to Instagram. So you got to decide, certain, you can do it isolated. So if you want to post to Instagram alone and then copy that message and then post again to Facebook, you can do that and be effective. Because again, Instagram is highly into, hashtags and things like that. So if I was going to put a post here, I am here with the awesome Temple SBDC business folks. All right. So, and then I add my image. I don't know what I have on my desktop. I just pull something. I just want you to see a preview of what is available. So, okay, here we go. I'm just gonna pull this headshot. Again, I'm just pulling what I got. All right, so then once I hit that, the next step is I hit add. Some of you may be following along with me. That's perfectly fine. So, and then I can put some hashtags. So these little icon here to put some hashtags. This is really cool, by the way. So you can search if you're in, let's just see, SBDC. I can do that. Okay, so that's the same thing. So, okay, maybe I'll do something like business. Let's see what's going on with business. Business, businessman, business news, business tips. There we go. And then I add that to my my post. Okay, and then it gives you some recommended hashtags. So it doesn't hurt to use some of these. Again, for Instagram, you'll probably want to do more hashtags. For Facebook, you want to go 3 to 4. So that's why I say sometimes, depending on this, you might separate this out and say, hey, I'm going to put this only for Facebook or only for Instagram. Okay, so you can customize you can go here. You see how that looks. I can still make some text just for Instagram. So say Instagram, I want to make more posts, more hashtags. So I'm just gonna put some more in here. Business suite. Okay. So if I want to have more for Instagram, then I can do that. And if I come back to Facebook, I'll have the amount. So you get it? And then call to action, there's nothing on there. So you do have a lot of features here that you can use specifically on here for your brand. So I can hit publish. I'm not going to hit publish, right? But if I want to add my emojis in here, I can add those. All the things that I want to do. Your text is customized to each platform. Type here if you want to use the same text for both. So if you want to make adjustments, you can do that right here in the place. Okay. So this one, if I was doing Facebook alone, I should be able to get the messages. It's not please remove any media. Okay, you have to remove the media to add this feature where you can get messages for Facebook. Okay. I could also add video, right? But I didn't do video. And what's cool here is I can also schedule. So this is something I want to show you too. It's schedule. I'll schedule this out to, I don't know, today at, I want to show you this where this loads at 5:10 today. All right. Hit save. And then right here, I hit schedule post. Let me scroll over. I can see a preview of what my post will look like. Okay. You can see a preview. And then I can also see what the preview looks like in my mobile. So you want to make sure everything sounds good, looks good. You can see that. And then I want to see a preview of this on my Instagram. I can see what that looks like. Okay. And then I hit schedule. So you're wondering where your scheduled posts are located. They're right in here. Okay. So I go to schedule posts, and then right there. They're just right there for me to see and make edits. I'm going to delete these so I don't schedule these. And I better do it now in case I forget. And my team asks, what is going on? What are you posting on there, David? So, okay, so I'm going to go here, delete post, or I can reschedule from here too. So say if I'm like, you know what, so I went to let me show you what I did. I clicked on here. Then I went to the 3 dots, top right corner. I can reschedule this post and say, you know what, that date doesn't work. Let me move this to Saturday. I could do that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit delete. So delete. Same thing here. delete. What's cool, okay, so we covered posts. Hopefully that's clear. Let me show you, it also allows you to see what you've had in the past, right? I'm gonna go to create story. Create story allows us to do the same thing. So remember, stories are where you can, have 7 seconds if you're doing video, or have an image. You can put up a few seconds of that image. So I can add media here. But again, I want to use the same thing. I could take that photo. And just to be clear, you don't have as many features as you do on like how Instagram has it. So you see a couple seconds, it's gonna have load. I can hit share story, or I can schedule my story. How about that? Did you know that you can schedule your stories? So I don't have to do it right in the moment, live. Same philosophy. I'm not gonna schedule out that I showed you earlier, but same thing. Schedule it out, hit schedule story. And all of that. Danielle asked, do you find it easier to use Business Suite on a computer rather than through your phone? I think for me, it's better through computer, but phone, some people like that experience to do it like that. Because I have most of my content and stuff on my computer. If you have your content on your phone, then yeah, it would be good. So let me hit cancel, then I hit schedule, right? If I schedule my story. But again, I'm not going to do that. You can add down here, with Instagram, you can add some text. I want to add some text. Bring this down. You can still add. Let's see. Make this blue. Temple SBDC. Okay, I can stretch that out. Okay, maybe it doesn't look good right there. So maybe I bring this down. Maybe I make this green. Okay, I can change the font. You can do a minimal amount of things with this, right? You add some stickers. You're not going to be, just to be clear, you're not going to be able to, you're not going to be able to put this in, like do some of the things that you have in your regular Instagram. There are some features that are limited on this Business Suite, okay? But you kind of see where I'm going here. Other features, when you'll be able to do certain things here, swipe up links. It's kind of cool stuff here. So again, for purposes of time, I'm going to keep going. But you can kind of see, I'm going to cancel my story. I can do that for both Facebook and for Instagram. Facebook and for Instagram. Rebecca said, will posts still show up in Facebook Business that you scheduled to post with a different app tool too? And will you be able to engage with comments the same way? So if you used a different post, you won't see the scheduled post in your in Facebook Business Suite, but you will see the when it does post, you will see the people, and you'll be able to engage with the people that commented. So yeah, great question, Rebecca. All right, so that's what you can do there. Then you get to see your feed and your grid down here as well. So that's available to you. I didn't mean for it to pull us out, but that your feed and your grid is just going to show what's going on in your different platforms, right? So all in one place. Again, that's the convenience of this whole tool. So if I want to see what's going on my business page, and I want to see what's going on my Instagram, I can literally scroll and do all the things that I normally do. I will say honestly, I like the feature of just scrolling through my phone. So I tend to not to not do this, use this feature. Okay. But you can see here, as you can see, you're going to see what you have content wise, and things going on, right? So that comment that I just posted earlier is right there. Okay, Facebook photos, you can see what your photos are, and all of those cool things. Okay, what's going on in your feed, all the stuff that you have in your content. Okay, so let's get back to the presentation. There's a few other things, a few other features. As you can see, there's quite a plethora of features. We already went over stories. We went over. Now I want to talk for e-commerce. I know there's a few businesses that have. I remember someone that mentioned they're in e-commerce. So I personally am not in e-commerce, so I don't have this set up. But if you do have a business, or you don't have to be necessarily a full-on e-commerce business, you might have products that you sell or ship, just in your business, and you can access that through this portal too. And it allows you to be able to create a shop. Again, I haven't done this, but you can add a shop in here, and you can put your products and your stuff and have it operate your inventory. All that stuff can connect through here. You can connect it through if you have a Shopify store, you can connect all of that to here. So again, you can do a lot of things with this business suite. If you have Shopify, you have some of these other ones, WooCommerce, you can sync your platform in here, and then you can have checkout. There's no subscription fee, which is beautiful. You can manage your inventory. You can handle, again, for Instagram through Facebook. So you can create your stores for both platforms on here. And again, I'm not going to go deep in depth through that. That's a whole another training in itself. Okay, so I'm going to cancel that. And then what I want to show you, the next feature is we have next is the planner. We kind of talked about this, but I didn't show you a visual of this. The planner is going to allow you to see what you have done historically and what you have coming up. So we kind of dealt with this in some regard. Okay, let me close that out. So it's down here, planner. So you can see what you have in December. So again, full transparency, I use a different tool for scheduling. So I have a different tool that schedules content out. But I use this for to see what's going on, right? From a viewpoint, from an engagement standpoint. You can use it however you see fit, whatever works best for you and your organization. So if you see here, this just shows me what's coming up, what's historically happened, and then what could be coming up. Again, if you schedule through here, you'll get to see it all through. You get to see all your content. You can put your post content, story content, ad content. You can view Facebook. If you want to just view Facebook alone, you can see that. If you want to view Instagram alone, you can see that. All of that. So that's really a cool feature that you have available to you. The other aspect that we're going to cover is insights. Insights is really cool. I think it's strong. It has a lot of availability for you to maximize it. So here is the insights. I'm gonna skip ads because we're gonna come back to ads, right? I'm gonna talk, as I said, we're gonna dive deeper into ads. So we'll probably leave about 15 minutes for Q&A. All right. So we're going to spend about 15 minutes into the advertisement and insights and stuff. So if you look here, you can see an overview of Facebook reach and Instagram reach and all of those things, right? Some down here, right? Well, if you do know about the algorithms and the way things work, there's a lot of things have been affected. Okay, so just know that reach, all that stuff, and they're encouraging you to do advertising, which is why we do advertising, because we know that that's where you can kind of more control what happens and who sees your content. Okay, so it shows you your content, what went really well, what people reach and likes, comments, shares, all that good stuff. It also shows you audience-wise how you're doing, what people admire about your page, about your, what gender what age range, what cities resonate, right? Top countries as well, your potential audience. So that's in here too. When you look at, okay, hey, there's a market here. Hey, maybe I should be doing some things towards New York, or maybe I should think about some of these markets that I'm not tapping into, right? So it gives you some insights, not deep insights, but some insights. Okay, so you have all of that available to you through the platform. Okay, so that's essentially what you have through insights. I mean, there's I shared with you most features. You can break it down by Facebook or Instagram. So now I want to just talk about a few things related to these platforms. So some of you may, it's a little blurred here. Some of you may use Facebook pages. Some of you may use the Business Manager. Some of you may use something called Creator Studio. And then some of you are first time you're hearing about Business Suite. So we want to ask yourself, what is the platform that you want to use? Business Suite is good. And it's, as you can see, it's very comprehensive. The platform to, okay, gotcha. I don't have insights in this list. Okay, that's interesting, Peggy. You don't have insights. So what other scheduling tool? I'm gonna get to some great questions. Oh wow, I want to get to all your questions. All right, I'm gonna get to your questions. Just hang in with me. I'll get to your questions, and then I'll cover that, and then make sure that we got all that set. So if you see here, Facebook Business Suite has an option for you to go back to something called the Business Manager. I'll explain that in a moment, because Business Manager is really what you can use to run your Facebook advertising. And again, I'm make sense of all this. Creator Studio is more for people that are creators, influencers, people that utilize, video content and ads to like generate views and do partnerships. So Creator Studio, they're trying to have Business Suite kind of take away some of the Creator Studio. I don't think Creator Studio is going to go away, but it has a lot more features than Creator Studio, which I'm going to explain right now in a moment. So there's a couple of platforms. So here's one. I am a Hootsuite ambassador. They're a big platform that a lot of people use. I know it's kind of pixelated. I try to get it as clear as I could. Facebook Business. So let's start from the right. Facebook Business Suite allows you to use it for Facebook, Messenger, Instagram. Creator Studio allows you to use it for the same. Hootsuite has its all these different platforms. They all have their drawbacks. I'm very transparent about that. Even Hootsuite, Hootsuite is a platform for managing like multiple platforms. Scheduling, there's no Instagram stories through Creator Studios, so that kind of sucks. But Business Suite, you have all of those things: Facebook feed, Instagram feed, Facebook stories, Instagram stories. These guys don't have everything. You don't have Facebook stories. You notice you can pin, you can do LinkedIn, you can do YouTube, you can do a lot of things there. From inbox perspective, you can do inboxing with all of them pretty much across the board. Reporting, you get some reports and some features and things, additional things that Hootsuite has. Reporting from Creator Suite, some insights can be downloaded. Insights can be downloaded here too. From a collaboration, you have a ability to work with your teams and things like that. There's really not a collaborative workflow in here in either one of these. Okay, so I'm not pointing you towards one or the other. I'm just telling you what they all have. Okay, Messenger only feature here in a Creator Suite. You have for Hootsuite, there's some things that they have free image libraries and things of that nature. From a standard functionality standpoint, you got for content creation, you have that in Creator Suite, free music library, which is pretty cool. So you can use for content. Again, that's not, I don't think that's really designed for business owners like us. Like Creator Studio is not ideal for us. I'd just be honest about that, right? Standard functionality is compatible with Instagram stories. That has some features there. Content suggestions, in here for gamers, for Creator Studio. Stories that have similar businesses like we just saw. We got to see that popular for Facebook posts. You can content suggestions. They have some things suggested times to post, and app integration. So these have some apps. Creator Studio has really no integrations. Facebook Business Suite, as we got to see, it does have some integrations. Okay, so those are all features that you have available. Okay. So I know some of you have to run. Thank you for those who are coming. I know there will be a recording available, and I want to make sure I get through some of this content first, and then I will answer those questions in the chat. Okay. So core feature number 7 is ads. So there's a way you can run ads through the business suite. I'll kind of show you that real quick, and then I'll come back and explain some things. The truth is that let me not get ahead of myself. Let me just show you in the platform where the ads are ran. Okay, so you go through here to ads. Okay, and you can see ads in here, right? So you can see all the ad stuff. And again, this is not accurate, at least for me, because it's not showing a all the ads we run. We actually have some ads going now. So, but my point is, this is where you can run ads. You can hit create ad, and then you can create the types of ads. We have a couple of options. You can do automated ads, build your business, get more visitors, get more bookings, book a post, boost Instagram ad or post, get more leads, promote your page, get more messages. So then they have this thing called automated ads that you're allowed to do. I've never explored that personally, but you have a couple of things you can do here. You can do a lot from this dashboard. So there's some positives about that. But let me also share with you some of the realities around that. Okay. So when you're running ads, okay, now I'm going to just kind of go in slide mode for a second. You're running Facebook ads through the platform. There's a couple of places. Facebook ads, there's boosted posts. The truth is that boosted posts allows you to choose a post that's already on your timeline. You can promote that, or you can hit promote on your Instagram. It'll allow you to run ads, but the truth is they're limited. You're limited. You've probably seen that. If I did a survey, how many of you got a strong return on your Facebook boosting and Instagram posts? I probably would guess that you're not seeing leads or sales to the level that you expect, right? If I did a survey, we don't have time for a survey, but if I did ask that, I'm pretty sure that's what most people would say, because the platform itself is significantly limited. There's a full Facebook ad system that Facebook doesn't do a good job of marketing and telling business owners or business owners new to utilizing their platform how to leverage it. So where you want to do that is through the ads manager, which allows you detailed options. And again, for some time, I'm not going to go into the platform. I have some slides that I'm going to break down for you. So I'm just going to tell you right now, there's 3 reasons why you should not boost Facebook ads. Okay. Reason number 1 is, I kind of explained it already. It's limited. You don't have the access to see all the things, the target audience. You can't use what we call a Facebook pixel. There's so much information in that just that alone. You can only pick what you want, who you want to reach, your max budget, and how long you want to run it for. That's it. Great advertising requires great detail, and we're not allowed to do that in here. Okay, so these are all the limitations: limited interest targeting, broad fans, friends of fans only, no placement on device targeting, so I can't focus. You run an ad versus desktop versus mobile. I'm limited to reach one audience at a time, and I can't use what we call custom audiences. That's probably for another segment, another day. There's a whole nother breakdown of that. Okay. Reason number 2 is Facebook boosting was never designed to elicit a direct response or result. It was never designed for that. So if I ask the question, how many of you generated sales or leads from boosting Facebook ads? You can type in the chat box. Yes, I did. No, I haven't. I'm probably sure I'll see more no's than yeses. So actually, I'm going to ask the question. How many of you have generated sales or leads from boosting Facebook posts? A lot of leads, a lot of sales. Maybe you generated 1 or 2, but like, was it a whopping success? My assumption is that it's not really where you want it to be. Okay. So when you're running Facebook ads versus boosted posts, here, I didn't say this. This is not David talking. This is Facebook talking. They said it's important to identify what you're hoping to achieve. This is Facebook's Help Center. Okay. Complete failure, Nicole says. Yes. If you want audience engagement on your page or to develop brand awareness, boosting a post is a great way to maximize visibility and grow your audience, right? They're telling you. To create more advanced ad types and campaigns, use Ads Manager. They're telling you in their own platform, don't use this if you don't want more advanced ad type. Don't use this if you don't want, if you just want visibility and growing your audience and awareness, great. Boosting is great for that. But if you really want sales, leads, conversions, all those kind of things that business owners want, you need to use Ads Manager, not the boosted post. So reason number 3 is you're in business to generate revenue, not just likes, shares, and comments, right? I know that as a business owner myself, likes do not pay the bills. Sales do, right? So you gotta have a system that drives that, right? So you can say this out loud. I know I can't hear you, but say it out loud in your living room, in your car, wherever you're listening. Likes do not pay the bills. Sales do, okay? So Facebook is designed to make money, make Facebook money, right? I'm just telling the truth. It's not designed for you to make money. Facebook boosting is not designed for you to make money. There is another place where you, so what should you do? What should you use if I'm not boosting ads? You may be asking. Here's what you should use: the Facebook Ads Manager system. So where do you access this from the business suite? I'm going to show you in a second, okay? Right here. So you're going to go actually into your business. So it's inside a business suite, but it's not business suite. You're going to click more tools. I'm at the bottom left, okay? All tools. And then you're going to click in here, Ads Manager. Ads Manager. You're going to click this. And again, for purposes of time, I don't have time to walk through it directly on here, but I'm going to show you through slides, okay? So you're going to go in there, and when you click Ads Manager, it's going to give you a couple of options. You're going to see awareness, consideration, conversion. So main 2 are going to be either traffic or conversion. These are the main 2 that you're going to generate results from through Facebook ads, okay? So select your objective. So in this example, I chose traffic. And then I chose the name of what I'm going to call the campaign, right? Set my budget for whatever my daily budget is going to be, right? And then my ad account. If you need to set up your ad account, if you never set one up, it's going to ask you to do that. So you'll walk through that. Then I set up my targeting. So this is the really big difference. Don't have more tools, Peggy. That's strange. Maybe it says all tools. You know what Facebook does? Sometimes on their interface, they change things for different people because they're testing features. You might just have to look around, scan around it. It might look different on my interface than it does on yours. Sadly, that's what they do. I don't know why they do that. Well, actually, I know why they do that. They do that to test, but I don't think it's the best thing. But yeah, just keep searching around, Peggy. It should definitely be in there. All right. So what you'll do here is you'll put in your audience. Well, if you're audiences, or sorry, your location, and then putting in languages, detail targeting, all those things. So this stuff right here, detail targeting, you don't get the granular detail that you do in here in the Ads Manager when you boost a post. They just don't give you all that. You can't do some of this, what I'm talking about, like edit placements, put my ads on Facebook, Instagram, Audience Network, Messenger, story ads. I can test versus the mobile versus desktop. As I said earlier, I get to put my imagery or video. This is where I'll decide if I want to use a carousel ad, a collection ad, single image, and then I can put my text here and my headlines and test all those things. So a lot of things I don't have access to. And then you can put your call to action to learn more, put your website, and there you go. So now that's how you run the right way. And then when you're running ads, retargeting should be tied into everything you do, right? And that's through the Facebook pitch. So I'm not trying to scare y'all and give you too much. Again, I can go deep. I can go from a basic level. So I'm trying to just give overview of what we need to do. But primarily what we want to do is get our business and Facebook and business manager. It's business, Facebook and Instagram business suite all set. So this is like a bonus thing that you can research about getting a piece of code that you can track. So just like I put the piece of code in the back end for that chat feature, you literally take a piece of code from Facebook so you can track your audiences online, okay? So this is the process. You've all probably experienced this. Somebody comes to your website, they leave your website, and later they're like, I'll come back to you. All that had this happen. You're interested in shoes, and then you see those shoes everywhere. Or you're interested in a device, some gadget, and you see that gadget, it's following you on entrepreneur.com or one of your favorite websites, and then you see it, and then eventually the person's like, I'm gonna get this, right? So I want to give some shout outs to thank you, Sarah, to Garba, to Carmen, entire SBDC at Temple University team. And then thank you for being here to pour into yourself and your business. And again, reminder, you have that link there. I'll make sure that's plugged in so you can get that free guide that I mentioned earlier. And now we're gonna handle some questions. Okay.
Yeah. Please, David, before we continue with the question, just a quick one to my wonderful attendees, the participant. Please, as usual, I am going to drop. I'm going to be posting the link for today's the survey link. I mean, for today's webinar. Remember, we at Temple Small Business and Development Center, we always cherish your feedbacks, even as it helps us to improve on the services we provide to you at a low cost. So kindly take 1 or 2 seconds of your time to help us fill out the survey link I just posted. So I think we can continue from where we stopped.
Okay, great. Thank you, Garba. So yeah, we'll answer some questions. I'll start with some of the ones that I missed in the chat. Let's see here. I'm just going to go back and scroll up. And hopefully, I didn't check in. Hopefully that was helpful for you all, right? Hopefully you got some value from today's session, and you're going to go explore. You'll take this recording and take these slides and go back and utilize these things. Do you find it easier to use Business Suite on a computer rather than the phone? Okay, I already answered that one, right? I personally use the desktop for that. Will posts still show? Okay, I answered that one. Can you use the shop at a substitute e-commerce site? It's a great question, Lindsay. It's more designed to integrate and be another distribution platform. So technically you could, but I wouldn't advise it. I think the best shops are your Shopify's, your WooCommerce's, and then you can just have this as a distribution source. So I would not advise having, and I also I like to protect myself, right? We know that these things can shut down. Facebook can change something overnight and now you don't have control. So I believe in having your control of your platforms. Bob, hey Bob, what tool or scheduling tools do I use? So I use one called, I'm gonna put it in the chat, called OnlyPult for my Instagram stuff. That's a major one I use. I use a few things. Sorry, so it's post to plan. What's the other one I use? I use the scheduler. So OnlyPult is my main go-to. I'm sorry because my team is handling a lot of the scheduling. I forgot the ones we it's not coming to me right now. It starts with it's like calendar something. So there's another thing I use, but OnlyPult is my top tool for sure. Okay. All right. What else do I have in here? Okay. Don't have insights in this list. Okay. So Peggy, feel free to. Well, if you download that resource, I'll have your information, and then we could connect. I'm glad to go over troubleshoot anything. Share your screen. I'd be glad to take a look at it and see how I can help you sort that out. Have to run. Okay. Oh, thank you, Barb from earlier. Tracy, thank you. Nicole, yeah, it was definitely a failure utilizing boosting. Okay, let me see if I got any other questions. Is your automated response in the message feature? Did you personalize yours with the customer name? Yes, I did, Kay. I use a personalized. There's a opportunity to personalize the name so that people can set up their time to set up their, just more personalized. So I could say, hey, Kay, here's your resource, or hey, Kay, we'll get back to you shortly to set up a time to talk, things like that. So you have that feature available to you. Where can I find the link for the download? Okay, let me put that in here, Peggy. Here is the link for the download. Okay. Let's see, make sure I got a. Thank you, Cosette. See Cosette. For the kind words. Thank you, Shasta, for the kind words. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Peggy. All right. Will this recording and presentation be sent to us via email to refer back to at a later date? That's going to be a Garba question. Garba, is that accurate? They'll have that information.
Oh yeah. You don't worry. I think you will have everything in the next probably 2 hours or an hour. Okay.
Great.
It's a promise.
Cool. Excellent. So okay, so we answered that live. That one's good. And thank you, Bob. Yeah, good to see you. Please tell your wife I said hello. If you have a business Instagram account, can you log into Facebook, or do you have to set up your? I got a question from in the Q&A. Can you log into Facebook, or do you have to set up a separate Facebook account? If you have a business, can you log into Facebook, or do you have to set up a separate Facebook account? So yeah, if you have a business Instagram, you can link it directly into Business Suite, and you can just log into Business Suite and you handle both your business Instagram and your business Facebook all in one place, Robert. So good question. Thank you for the kind words, Barbara. Pleasure to serve you all. Again, yeah, if there aren't any further questions, I mean, that will wrap us up. I know we went through a lot of information in a short amount of time, so I thank you all for hanging in there and playing full out.
Okay. I think we still have like a couple of minutes to wrap it up. But even as we still wait for 1 or 2 questions to come up, I just want to use this opportunity, to thank each and every one of you for spending the day with us today. I want to thank our wonderful speaker. Now, if you remember, during my introduction, I did say today is actually a great day. Well, because, we have a great speaker, and I'm sure you guys can attest to it that, we had a nice conversation. I love all the questions that actually came up on board during the presentation. And I love all the responses that, our presenter actually gave. And I also want to use this opportunity once again to thank each and every member of the Temple Small Business and Development Center. You guys have been great. You guys have been supportive. You guys have been encouraging. Thank you for your hard work as usual for making it possible for this webinar to come into existence. So David, I don't know if we have more questions.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any, but feel free to shoot away. You got advertising questions, you got Facebook questions. It doesn't have to be on Business Suite. You got a social media marketing question. I'm glad to answer anything related to it. I happen to be teaching on Business Suite today, but I'm pretty well versed in all the areas. I'm glad to answer any questions. You can send it privately too if you have.
Oh, yeah. I was just going to say that. I was like, now, even if any questions that will come up, be it after the presentation, I'm sure he actually drops his contact. You can as well, personally email him. You can contact him, or as usual, you can as well write to the Temple Small Business and Development Center. If you have further questions, and we will be so glad, to get down to your questions and to give you all the necessary assistance you will need. I think without further ado, sir, since more questions are not coming up on board, it's just a thank you message. I think we'll just bring it to an end.
Okay, great. I just left my email there. If you have questions, you can also email me privately. Glad to answer any questions you have.
Okay. Once again, guys, thank you very much, Mr. David. Thank you very much.
Thank
See
you,
you some other time, and do have a nice day.
All righty.
Bye-bye. Yes, please.
Bye-bye.